Fund education.
Fund education.
Reform vote. What is it? Reform voting. Reform voting. Stop censoring scientists.
Stop censoring scientists.
Give the guy with a book a winning lotto ticket. Well, that almost worked. And the Federal Reserve.
And the Federal Reserve.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just a guy with a book, man.
Yeah.
We got the thing.
Huh? Enact the living
Does anybody
wage.
want Jolly Ranchers?
What was that one? What did he say? There you go. Get the whole one. There you go. Maximum wage.
In very few minutes, I don't know how we're supposed to
say why they're here, like just to have
but we don't have to, because I think we've got 20.
There's orange mesquite. I don't know. These aren't just like your typical flavors. We got fruit
Does
punch,
everyone
raspberry,
agree that
strawberry.
we don't all have to agree to everything on the list?
Yeah, I didn't either.
You want it back?
I don't care, dude. I'm gonna still eat that one.
All right. So here's the list that we have. If anybody has anything that they desperately need to be on this list, let me know. End corporate welfare.
End corporate welfare.
End the wars.
End the wars.
End speculating.
End speculating.
No corporate personhood.
No corporate personhood.
Sustainability.
Sustainability.
Stop repeal of women's rights.
Stop repeal of women's rights.
Make news organizations accountable.
Make news organizations accountable.
Repeal the Patriot Act.
Repeal the Patriot Act.
Stop union busting.
Stop union busting.
Forgive student debt.
Forgive student debt.
Get money out of politics and reform campaign finance.
Get money out of politics and reform campaign finance.
Fund education.
Fund education.
Reform voting.
We will, but we have
Stop
to figure out
censoring
So when is
science.
the staff?
Stop censoring science.
General Assembly now so that we can
Enact the living wage.
staff, in other words, is basically the
Oh, we have one more thing to add. Find my son Dave.
Mic check!
Mic check!
Mic check!
Mic check!
For anyone who doesn't understand what a mic check is, we are invoking the people's mic. Now, I think everyone here can hear me, but we're doing it because I think everyone enjoys doing it. I don't think we need to do it though. So can I get a vote, and can we come to a consensus and an agreement whether we use the people's mic or we use the megaphone? Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
So do we need the people's mic?
No.
Anyone opposed to it?
Raise your hand if you're for it,
Or for what?
for the people's mic.
If you want me to just talk, and so we don't waste time repeating back and forth, raise your hand. If you like doing that, if you like the people's mic and you don't want to accomplish as much, now raise your hand. Just to let you know, the reason the people's mic existed was because they had no amplification, and they made it illegal. It isn't just something to do. So that's why we're suggesting that we go to this megaphone.
Technology is kind of your friend.
Well, no, and I totally agree. So we'll bounce back and forth when it's I have a timer. I can see the timer. It's on my
We are being patient with what we are doing.
Can you explain to me who's organizing what? What will be next?
Here is an explanation. Point number 1 on the agenda. For those of you who are not familiar with the General Assembly, there is a very well-organized structure to it. If you are not familiar with it, please remain silent. If you are not familiar with it, please go home and study it. This stuff has been developed the world over, so we can be doing this stuff here, right now, in any location around the world. Now, for today, we do have a set agenda. We have a few things that we do need to discuss, and then we can get into these issues. But granted, you must understand this is not a one-day only thing. We are going to be here every single week. If we get too big, we'll figure out something to do. This is an evolutionary revolution in process. We will take requests momentarily. What we're going to do first is, while everyone is here, is we're going to discuss an event coming up on the 6th. Now, we had a St. Pete for Peace representative. So for anyone who is showing up on the 6th, or interested in showing up on the 6th, please listen.
Hi, everybody. Hello. Alright, I gotta get used to this new... I don't have to wait for them to repeat for me now, right? Alright, cool. So my name's Gina, and I'm with St. Pete for Peace, and we are here to ask all of you, the Occupy Tampa contingency, and all of your friends, and all of your family, and everyone else you know who cares about all of the issues that we care about, to join us on October 6th from 4:30 to 6:30 in front of the federal courthouse here in Tampa. We are, well, as most of you know, that October 6th is the anniversary of the 10 years of war in Afghanistan. The war in Afghanistan is the longest war in U.S. history. It's almost as long as both World War I and World War II combined. More than 12,000 civilians have been killed, and it's up to us, especially now, to stand in solidarity with the Muslim people as they fight against U.S. imperialism. As a lot of you know, the Muslim community is under attack. They're under fire by our media, and so a lot of them might be afraid to participate in Occupy events. So what we're going to ask you to do, if you would march at 5:15 on October 6th from this park to where we're going to be in front of the courthouse, we ask that you come and stand in solidarity with us and with them. We ask that you do it non-violently. We ask that you resist all of your urges to engage in civil disobedience or to do anything that might put the Muslim community at risk. So if anybody here would be interested in doing that, could you please let me hear your interest? So thank you, and I hope to see everybody on the 6th.
Ready now.
So let's decide as a consensus if we are going to meet again on the 6th. Now, that doesn't mean that you necessarily have to be here on the 6th, but that we will hold another General Assembly Occupy Tampa meeting on the 6th. Is anyone opposed to that?
We got one block on there.
Raise your hand if you are for meeting on October.
We got a block.
We got a block. It's back there.
We have someone who thinks we should not meet or march.
I would love to hear it.
A block is someone who thinks this is a bad idea. We think it's this hand signal. It means though there might be one of us who disagrees with everyone else, we think this voice should be heard. They can go on a stack and give it 1 minute time, and we'll discuss.
I've got nothing against that cause. We're united for one cause here. If we start breaking off into splinter causes, we're going to break the solidarity of what we have going on. I think that's very important. But I can compromise.
So after hearing her discussion,
Hey, get stacked. I got, or you got it? Someone do stack. So anyone who's raising their hand, we're going to go ahead and take down your name. Hand.
Okay, before we do this, we're going to get people who want to talk about that issue. I just want to explain, and I'm sorry if I came across a little bit aggressively. Basically, I wanted us to all be on the same page, listening to the same person, knowing what's going on. Now, the process of the General Assembly is that, again, every voice deserves to be heard. We want to decide everything together. It's not a it's basically the entire group might have, again, an idea about what we're doing here, but we're going to decide together. Now, there's a process to this that we are trying to adhere, but it's very difficult to do when a lot of people don't understand that process. So, for now, we are trying to just organize so that maybe next time we'll have a better ability to follow those procedures. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Someone tall with his
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do that.
All right, concerning the hand signals. Hi, everybody. I'm Blade. Concerning the hand signals, this is I approve or good.
Let's all do it together.
Everyone got their hands up? Yay! Jazz hands. Kind of I don't really like or not so hot on. No is down like this. In the middle is just kind of so-so. And then block is, like we said, block. Block is basically I have a major concern that I want addressed.
Explain the stack.
The stack is basically when you have an issue that needs to be presented to the General Assembly, put your hand up. Someone that's moderating the stack will walk around and get to you, one of the facilitators, and then they'll get you in the queue to talk. Those people will come back up here, let us all know who's in the stack, and we'll get to them in order to address each issue.
Be patient.
And please be patient. Lots of people here. Which is a great thing.
That's even for all of you narcs out there.
Does everybody understand what was just said?
Everybody understand? Cool.
Another
That's a good sign that they
reason
know.
or philosophy behind why these hand gestures take place is that so that we don't have 7,000 people screaming against each other's, voices. So we ask you that if you want to talk, again, you raise your hand, and everything else will be communicated via these hand gestures, so we can all hear and so that it doesn't waste time.
Making sure just to reiterate to everybody, like the work group's gotta be here. To work with them. They have to
All right, concerning work groups. So far, we have formed a legal work group, which is meeting over there by that tree. Can someone over there put their hands up? By the tree? By you guys?
Yeah.
Thanks, Jay. That is where the legal group will be meeting. They're soon, probably after the General Assembly, going to be putting on seminars as far as de-escalation. If you get into a conflict or a problem with someone, be it here at the Assembly with police or anybody, we're going to have training seminars on how to de-escalate that situation so that you can get out of it peacefully and resolve it. What else were they going to be doing?
We need legal observers.
We also need legal observers. Those are the green hat guys who are basically just non-participants who are observing to make sure that everything is safe, legal, and goes to plan, more or less. That's your civil rights people.
And then, so legal, that's good? Legal's good?
We do have attorneys.
We do have some attorneys as well. As far as the other working groups,
There was affinity groups too, training on what that is.
We'll get to that last.
we have a media group. The media group is directly responsible for signs, basically the interaction with the electronic media, print. If you make flyers, if you do any sorts of interviews or stuff like that, that's media group. Media's meeting over there. Social is for people who just want to get together, network, mingle, talk to one another, do outreach with the community, have discussions about how to interact with different segments of the community, the Hispanic community, other ethnic groups. That's going to be all over at social. Comfort and food is over there. There's some water, I think snacks too. I haven't really been keeping up with that, sorry. They're making sandwiches! We're like a couple steps away from being as organized as New York. I love it. That's over there. If we do have anybody that wants to speak today as a public speaker, guests from anywhere, come and talk to some of the facilitators. We'll arrange that in a minute.
What other working group stuff do we have?
Do we have the nonviolent?
The non-violent.
That's
Non-violent.
yeah, that's got to be part of the de-escalation thing.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. De-escalation.
Talking it down, got to be all the legal stuff. Yeah. So that's
so
pretty
they're
much
gonna
it for
work
working groups, then, right?
Oh, and arts and culture, all these really cool people sitting here with all the signs, and that's these guys. They're putting together all of our signs, all of our protest equipment, and everything. They're the guys you want to see if you like to draw. So, anything else? That's the working groups. We have a short stack. We're going to get into that in a second. We just want to make sure that if there's any questions, we get them on the stack. Who's first on the stack?
Another thing that I think we want to make very well known is that the General Assembly is not a soapbox. I mean, yes, we will discuss issues, but a lot of it is to bring ideas from these working groups to the entire group. So basically, each working group will have its own almost small version of a General Assembly, and they will discuss things that involve them. Right now, yes, we might have a lot of ideas about what things need to change in this world. However, how can we make change if we don't know how to organize it? The General Assembly is meant to be a forum for that. However, it must be an organized forum, an organic forum that can change in real time. But it is not a place for all of us to gather and just start yelling. We need to remain peaceful. We need to understand that this is a very long-term process. It's not going to happen overnight. And if you're in it for the long haul, great. But if you're here just to shout at the top of your lungs, know that that doesn't usually work. We're trying to create a new system and how to make change. Does everyone agree with this? Awesome.
Here, hand these are notes.
If you want to get on the list,
Are you a note taker?
No, I'm not.
come up.
Actually.
Oh, yeah, you're writing like a doctor.
Who, me?
Me.
Oh, yeah, me too. Are the facilitators from each group still going to go up, and or are we not doing that?
We haven't
anymore?
had how can we, you know?
What are you talking about?
Not all groups in there.
Oh.
I think he just
when
kind
we
of
were...
did a quick synopsis of the
Okay.
working group.
All right, we're
Well,
going
then I
to
need to
start
get on
with
the stack then,
Debbie
because I
K.
haven't
Please
announced
come
it
to
for
the
me
front.
yet. I thought each facilitator was going to go up and speak. That's what we talked about over there. But it just didn't. Well, that's fine. Again, I just want to make sure I'm on the stack then, because...
Yeah, it's less than
Yeah, we have